Hello folks, this is Hidden Numismatist back at you again with another episode on my channel. Today, the coin that we're featuring today is a half cent, but not the typical half cent that you are thinking. That was a federal issue from the Philadelphia Mint. Not these beautiful coins. I'm talking about a pre-federal issue. I'm talking about a coin that is not overly expensive in any way, in any stretch of the imagination, depending on the grade that you get, of course. But this is a nice pre-federal issue. This is my Massachusetts copper half cent that was struck in 1787. And Massachusetts was authorized to strike different types of coins and denominations, but the particular coin that we're going to talk about, my brothers and sisters, today is the 1787 half cent from my collection. And just like up there with the Fujio cent and the pine tree shilling, these are early Americana coins before the Philadelphia Mint opened, you know, and they're so cool and so historical. Roughly 72,000 of these were struck at the mint in Boston at the time. The edge is smooth. It says Massachusetts half cent, 1787 on the reverse. Beautiful eagle there. I love how it has half cent written on the shield, and then superimposed on its chest there. And it says Commonwealth on the obverse. So we're going to talk about the beautiful Massachusetts half cent. Let's get these beautiful federal issues. Well, we can talk about the half cent indeed. I mean, the federal issue half cent in much detail in a different video. But today is a pre-federal issue that I want to discuss with you, because these are early coins that are very, very important to our nation. After Massachusetts had issued their early copper coinage, although in extremely limited numbers, they knew they had the ability to strike their own coinage. So on October 16, 1786, an act establishing a mint within Massachusetts and for striking gold, silver, and copper coins was passed by the Massachusetts House and Senate and signed into law by the governor, John Hancock. Construction of the mint began, and Captain Joshua Wetherle was appointed as the official mintmaster. Wetherle was a Boston goldsmith and a captain in the Massachusetts Militia. He was to supervise the striking of Massachusetts copper coinage. The coins that were to be struck in both cent and half cent denominations, the first coins to be struck using denominations mandated in 1785, including the iconic U.S. half cent, which played a key role in the early American coinage. The act stipulated that the obverse depict a Native American holding a bow and arrow with a star, separating the word common from wealth above him. It's a beautiful dark copper coin, and doing my best to pick up the details on this beautiful raw coin from 1787. The reverse would depict a large American bald eagle with wings spread, a shield upon its chest, the denomination cent or half cent, in this case half cent, upon the shield, and the word Massachusetts and the date 1787 or 88 around the periphery. But this is the 1787 half cent that we're talking about, folks. This gets good. This is so cool. The dies were produced by Joseph Callender, an engraver with an office located on State Street in Boston. Callender had been an apprentice for Paul Revere, but Callender overpriced his dies to the Commonwealth, so the contract went to a 22-year-old engraver from Newburyport on the North Shore, Jacob Perkins. When the cost of the minting of these copper coins had been proposed, the proposal omitted such items as the cost of the dies and the number of dies that would be required to produce the coinage that the Commonwealth desired. This led to an actual cost of the coins being more than double the face value of each coin. The first coin to be struck at the new mint was the 1787 Massachusetts half cent, right here. The Massachusetts copper coinage of 1788 had only three major types: the 1788 half cent, the 1788 half cent with a period after Massachusetts, and the 1788 cent with no period after Massachusetts. And this is exactly what they're referring to here. I can quickly show you that. Massachusetts, where are we? Sorry for my delay here, folks. Trying to find that for you first. Here we are, right here, brothers and sisters. This is our bad boy here, the coin that we're featuring today. But these are the varieties that they're talking about regarding the cent. And thank goodness for us numismatists, there's only one variety in 1787, one known coin. But it's beautiful and really cool that the cent, which we can also talk about too in another feature video, these different beautiful varieties. But that's overall basically what we get. And they were abandoned in 1789 in compliance with the new ratified Constitution. Because, as they said, the production was unprofitable. That's what unfortunately caused the demise of this not being taken to fruition and struck more years in Boston. All of the Massachusetts copper coins were well received and stayed in circulation for several decades, as well as even circulating in neighboring states. They were struck on high-quality copper planchets and were very well produced. On November 17, 1788, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts ordered the mint closed once its current supply of copper was depleted and all of its coins were struck. On Friday, January 23 of 1789, the Massachusetts Mint finally closed its doors for good, as the new federal Constitution of the United States made the coinage of money a federal rather than a state function. Very well said. This equals to about 110,000 half cents and about 300,000 cents. The total estimated production was approximately 400,000 coins that were struck. The Massachusetts copper coinage is a collection that only has very few difficult coins to locate. The 1787 cent with arrows in the right talon. And that's what they're referring to. And good, that's it. I know this is the red book. I don't use it for pricing. We don't use the red book for pricing, but it gives you a very good bird's eye view of the scarcity of coins. But we use the red book, official red book, for data, knowledge, mintage figures, and what have you, but not for value. The Massachusetts copper coinage is a collection that only has one very difficult issue to locate, as I said, the 1787 cent with arrows in the right talon. Otherwise, it's a collection that can be easily completed with a moderate amount of effort. And they are very correct. Like I said, you know, I have the half cent. We can feature the cent as well from my collection. And some of the other pre-federal issues that were done. We did discuss the Fujio cent on my channel. I want to go over the mintage figures, as the red book doesn't state these mintage figures in here very well at all. Like I said, and the references state that the first one was the 1787 half cent, which is the coin that we're featuring today. Approximately 72,000 of that was struck. And then in 1787, we did the cent with the different varieties. And all of those, they did roughly 90,000 of those. And then 1788, we had a half cent. Another half cent. So from 87 and 88, you get a half cent. And approximately 37,000 of those. And then in 1788, we did a cent. There's a variety with period after mass, approximately 220,000. And then also roughly 220,000, we did a cent with no period after MA. And as I did state, the obverse has an American Indian standing left with a bow in its right hand and an arrow in its left hand, looking at a star. Beautiful coin. And the lettering is Commonwealth. This is obviously a raw coin. The reverse has an eagle with a shield holding an olive branch and arrows facing left with half cent across the shield. The lettering is Massachusetts, half cent, 1787. The edge is smooth, and it is KM number 19 in the Kraus-Mishler catalog. Nice original coin from 1787. Like I said, I love how half cent is on that shield in the middle, in the center of the coin. That is just so cool. And the edge is smooth. Beautiful, beautiful coin. So historical and so important to our nation's early coinage. So I'm glad that I was able to bring something different to you, beautiful people, today on this feature coin. And we'll get to some others as well. We'll do some farthings, what have you. You give me your suggestions below on what you'd like to see. And if I have it, I'll dig it out of my collection and we'll talk about it. Here's the new New York copper. All these different states struck their own coinage before the mint opened. Our federal mint, mother mint, opened in Philadelphia there. And this is my Dansko for my federal issues, for my half cents from 1793 to 1857. And I'm kind of glad that Dansko doesn't have an album for the colonials, pre-federal issues, because that would be a very daunting album to fill. So I will have to resort to a regular 2x2 box to store my early American coins. So anyway, my numismatic brothers and sisters, that's the coin that I wanted to bring to you today on this beautiful Monday. I hope they're all doing well, had a beautiful weekend. And I think this sweet American Indian coin, and I will bid you a good day. And I hope that you have a wonderful, blessed week, good work week. And most importantly, be kind to each other. Take care of each other. And may God bless you all. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, folks.